Hello Internet, it's me again. I know I've been doing video blogs a bit more frequently as of late, and today something happened that I wanted to blog about. So yesterday I got up at about 4 o'clock, just another usual day. I go in to speak with my parents and they say, your grandpa's just bought you a new computer. That like the second I wake up. So that was a nice surprise. So I went down to the Apple store yesterday and I picked up one of these. This is a 27-inch iMac box. This thing is absolutely gigantic. There it is next to my old huge computer case with my writing jacket on it for comparison. It's absolutely gigantic. The box is like 40 pounds, so hauling this thing through the mall was no fun. And the model that this is actually almost the best one you can get. It's the Core i7 processor that's really fast. The memory isn't as much, but I'm going to upgrade that myself anyways. 5750 graphics card, which is unfortunately the fastest you can get with this thing. So then everything else is pretty much standard. SD card, audio, all that stuff. So let's take a look at the unit. So here's my computer desk now. It's pretty ridiculous. So here is the back of it. Up at the top here is this venting slot. I like the industrial design. The only thing that you really have to plug in is this power cord here, and once you have that plugged in, you're pretty much set to use it. On the back here we have some audio ports. 4 USB ports, 2 of those are full, a FireWire port, a display port, and then LAN jack. And I know there's an SD card reader on the bottom, but or somewhere, I don't know. And then on the side is the slot loading DVD player, and that's the SD card slot. So now let's move over to the front and see my great workspace here. Apologies for the shaky cam. So here's my desk as it currently is. This is the 27-inch iMac. Absolutely dwarfs. This monitor is a 24-inch 1920 by 1200. This is a 22-inch 1080p, so 1920 by 1080. And then the laptop here is a 13-inch MacBook, regular MacBook, though it's the first aluminum one. And I got an iPad here. This is my old laptop convertible tablet, so this can actually move to be a tablet, but I just use it as a file server for now. I got my Droid over here, my old iPod Touch 2 Gen for testing, though I won't really need it for this current project. My iPhone. And then here's the keyboard I showed you 2 blogs ago. This is a SteelSeries 7G. This is a Bluetooth keyboard that came with the iMac. It's absolutely tiny. I didn't like it at first, but now I kind of do because it's exactly the same. Like they ripped a keyboard right off of the MacBook and made it into a Bluetooth one. And I really enjoyed typing on my MacBook, so I also enjoy typing on this. The one bad thing though about this is that they give you this. This is the Magic Mouse, and I do not like it at all. It's got one button on it. This entire front part clicks down, and the whole shape of it, like in comparison here to a traditional mouse, it's like a third of the size. So whenever you're using it, you have to hold it like this, and then do your clicking. So I really like the multi-touch stuff because you can track actually 5 digits on it at once, like a regular iPod, but they don't really make extensive use of gestures that I'd like it to do. So there's that. I'll probably just buy another G5 or something to use with it, but that's probably the only low point on it. This thing is absolutely gigantic. Like, here's how small the text is. It's like completely tiny, so there's a ton of room to work with to start with. but if I zoom out here, I hit my switch here to flip this other monitor on. So there's two monitors. You probably can't see the cursor. And then if I switch this one over, and there's three monitors from my MacBook, or from my iMac. So able to get lots of work done if I got all three screens going. So I usually have my main program in the middle, because this one is 2650 by 1440. It's 16 by 9, so absolutely a ton of pixels to work with. And then have something else over here, something else over here, documentation down here, music playing or other documentation over here. There's my whiteboard with some of my notes on it, and then the server over here. If I have to, I can have messaging or email or anything on my my iPhone. And then, of course, below here I have my Intuos 4 tablet for art duties. I usually have this out here because I occasionally, when I'm composing music, I have a huge 108 key keyboard on my desk, and this makes using like FL Studio if I'm doing any recording. I don't have enough room for any other mouse on my desk, so I just have that. Then I have my old Cooler Master Cosmos here off to the side. This thing is actually slower than the iMac, which is totally crazy to me because I built this thing with absolutely top-of-the-line parts a few years ago. You may have actually seen that on GameSpot. This has a QX 9650 in it at 4 cores at 3 gigahertz, but this thing is also 4 cores, but it has hyper-threading, so it's essentially 8 threads. So this thing is twice as fast in Terrigen rendering stuff, which I actually tested out yesterday. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to be moving to the Mac. I've already put Boot Camp on it, but we'll see. I've only had it for a day, and I'm still working on getting some of that stuff to transfer properly. So I'm very excited. This is a much easier way for me to get work done because I now have all this, all these pixels to work with. Let's change this back to PC. It's just that simple to go back to PC mode here. I have to use this terrible touchscreen on this otherwise decent LG monitor. So that's all that. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more blogs later.